Hi everyone, I'm Carlotta and I'm here to introduce you the instrument Beta 2018 iProtein. Our instrument represents an innovation in the field of proteic stability. The proteic residues in the wine after bottling make the product not marketable. For this reason, CheckStab has designed an instrument that includes all the units needed to perform the classic head test in a single instrumentation. And so we have a hot thermostatic bath, a cold thermostatic bath, and the integration of a high-precision nephalometer. The nephalometer will recognize the smart cap test tubes, which are equipped with a microchip in the cap that is necessary for the recognition and the storage of the sample, because the software of Beta 2018 iProtein is able to save and organize all the data of all measurements so that you can view, organize and export them on USB-K. We can also analyze up to 15 samples simultaneously. This is the test tube basket where we will insert the sample, which will then be stored inside the thermostatic bath. Also, Beta 2018 iProtein is standalone, and it means that you don't need a PC to use it. This makes the use even easier and faster for the winery staff and for the operators of analysis laboratory. So here we have our settings. On the left we have the language, date and time, the possibility to delete all archived tests, and the restore of the factory settings. On the right we have the possibility to set the preheating of the hot bath. That will be automatically activated with the ignition of the instrument. We can set the preheating to the temperature that we prefer. In this case, it's set on 60 degrees because our test will be executed to 80 degrees. In the second page of settings, we find the methods of analysis, where through an authorization by system password, we will have the possibility to choose between 3 personalized methods, a method with isotherm with addition of tannin, or a method thermal shock. On the right, we can find the settings related to the thermostatic bath, as temperature of the cold bath, in this case set to 4 degrees centigrade, and the temperature of the hot bath set to 80 degrees centigrade. Let's now pass to the filtration of the wine sample with our filtration system WLF. We have membranous discs with 0.65 micron porosity that we have already applied to our filtration system, and now we are ready to filter our wine. After filtering our sample, we can insert the wine in our test tube, always taking care not to leave fingerprints, scratches, or any damage on the glass of the test tubes. This could compromise the acquisition of turbidity. As we have already said, always ensure of the cleanliness and the integrity of the test tubes, always before and after the preparation of the sample. This is an extremely important step to prevent an incorrect acquisition of NTU. Now we are ready to put our wine sample in the nephelometer and start with the first reading. We must always be sure to align correctly the dart on the cap with the dot on the nephelometer. At this moment, our device gives us the possibility to rename the sample. We will call it 001. As you can see, the NTU acquisition button is blinking. This indicator tells us that the nephelometer is working and acquiring turbidity values. Here we can see the name that we gave previously to our sample. As you can see, we have an initial NTU about 10.70. Let's proceed with the acquisition of the second sample. We also rename this sample with 002 and then the acquisition will start again. Our second sample is 11.30 NTU. After acquiring all the initial NTU, we put the samples inside the hot thermostatic bath. And so we proceed. In this screen we can find the specification related to the temperatures of our bath. At the end of the hot cycle, a screen window will appear that will guide us with the indication that we have to move the basket with the test tubes toward the cold bath. As you can see, the cooling of our thermostatic bath has already started thanks to a sensor placed on the edge of the bath that recognizes the material of the basket and drives the refrigeration unit. We have finished the cold cycle. Now we can proceed by placing the samples in the rest tank previously filled with water at room temperature. Another important thing is to return the sample to ambient temperature before any acquisition of turbidity. And so let the sample rest. Like we said before, there's room temperature water in here. So now our sample have been brought back to room temperature, and then we can proceed with the acquisition of the final NTU. We have also the possibility to have a calculation of the dose of bentonite, activated and natural, that will be necessary to stabilize our sample. This is thanks to an algorithm related to the calculation of delta NTU that will provide you a quantity expressed in grams on hectoliters in a fully automatic way. Now we have to dry the samples very well and always be sure that the test tubes are intact and clean. Let's put the sample in the nephelometer cell and proceed with the last acquisition. As you can see, our sample is stable. These are the results of our test, where we can find the name of the sample, initial NTU, final NTU, difference NTU, test results, and time and temperature of the analysis that we've done. Clicking on the red folder, we can always have access to the analysis database.